What is up? It is 9 p.m., closer to 9:30 p.m. here in Dallas right now. And I'm going for a run because I said I was gonna go for a run every single day. Either I'm running, walking, stretching, playing football, soccer football. Don't wanna confuse that because I do not play American football. Cycling, something active every single day. Today's no exception. It is 9 p.m. Enzo is taking a nap, or took a nap, or just going to sleep early. I'm not sure, but he's out. So finally have some time to exercise, do something for myself, for my body. I thought of the Erling quote, right? Erling Haaland, where he goes like, I think he's like doing some bike machine or something. And he's like, do I want to do this? No. Am I going to do this? Yes. Because it's good for my mind and it's good for my body, right? This whole perceived tiredness thing. So for me, it's like, what I've been seeing is that when I tell myself I'm tired and I think I'm tired, I become tired. When I tell myself I'm not tired or I'm not that tired, then I get a little more energy because I'm like, I almost convinced myself that I'm good. So I'm gonna try to do that right now. Again, 9:30, trying to get at least 3.5 miles in, come inside, take a shower, pack my stuff because tomorrow I head back to LA. It'd be nice to just leave everything packed and organized so that tomorrow, at any given point, after I go visit my niece for the first time, pack my stuff in the car and then just get ready to bolt whenever it feels right. But yeah, like I said, let's go get this run in. I'm excited. Video 2. Let's go, baby.
It's the end of me saying goodbye to the other guy. You look just like me. See it in your eye.
Just got done with my run. 3.5 miles, 25 minutes-ish. I'm not one of those like Strava guys or girls that like run 300 miles a day or some shit like that. Like, I'm just trying to lose weight, get my sexy on, perder la lonja un poquito. Tratar de mejorar lo más que pueda so I can be healthy for my kids, my family, people that love me, because there's nothing worse than seeing someone erode away right in front of your eyes. So, selfishly and selflessly, I'm exercising, right? Selfishly because I have to take time to do it. It takes time from other shit, but I'm kind of also doing this for you guys, right? If you guys want me around. So, great. I feel great. I'm gonna try to sneak in a run or something in tomorrow before I leave so that my body's nice and, relaxed and I don't have to carry all this energy / anxiety with me when I'm driving. Would be nice. So we'll see. But I'm proud of myself that from being in bed, practically, all cozied up, I changed to go run at 9:30 at night. So let's take a shower and get shit ready for tomorrow so I have the most stress-free day possible and enjoy the drive back home. What's up, people? Woo. Just took a shower. Hair looks wild right now. Let me catch you up on what happened last night after the run. Enzo and I started playing Gears of War 5. That's what happened. So I didn't get any of the productive stuff I wanted to get. My little guy wanted to like, hey, let's just play. It's the last night here. Let's have a good time. I'm like, you know what, man? You sold me. Done. So that's what we did. We played Gears of War 5 until we fell asleep, like at 2 in the morning. Good night's sleep. It's like around 8 right now. But I have to wake up early because there's just quite a few things I have to do today. I have to go to Whole Foods to pick up snacks and sandwich stuff to pack to make and pack for the road trip tonight because I leave tonight. There's also a Spain game today. I'm excited. There's also, I want to go buy this bag that I wanted, that I saw on Facebook Marketplace, believe it or not. I was just on there like doom scrolling last night. And it's just because I've always wanted like a little side bag, but like I've been borrowing Rosie's Burberry bag And I kind of wanted something like it's just too small. Like I want like a little small Boston bag that I always carry because I always have my camera, I always have my hard drive, I always have my wallet, I always have my keys, I always have my journal, I always have headphones, and that bag just doesn't fit all that stuff. So I'm gonna show you what it got. I'm gonna show you what it looks like in a second, but like a picture or something, or maybe I'll throw it on here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyways, but yeah, so that I have to come pack the car or pack the room. I have to clean the house because I don't want to come back to a dirty house when I come back. I need to pack the car and get everything ready and get him ready, and there's just a lot of stuff, right? And there's just not enough hours today to do it. That's why I wish I would have done some of this stuff last night. I need to start by packing stuff. I guess maybe that's where I start. Sometimes I panic, and I'll be honest. Sometimes, okay, this is actually a good thing for me to just let out. But I have like 5 things or 6 things or 10 things to do in my head every given day, any given day. And it's hard for me to organize. So what I started doing is, right, sounds very LA of me, but journaling everything. Believe it or not, it helps me organize my thoughts. So I actually need to spend 5 to 10 minutes journaling this morning as I go make my coffee to just kind of straighten out things like, hey, what should I do first? What should I do second? Etc. Right? What are the needle pushers today that will make my life easier and better? So I got to do that. But believe it or not, also this helps me because a lot of this stuff is usually just lives in my head. So having a camera to talk to, believe it or not, helps me because I'm verbalizing all my thoughts. They're not a scrambled mess here anymore. Like there's some chaos coming out. So it does kind of help me level a bit. But anyways, all right, enough talking. I need to get started doing this stuff. Yeah, so I am going to hit some breakfast really fast. I already journaled exactly what I need to do today. Mind is clear. Got some nice chill. My mom makes this orange juice and I don't know, she like puts like turmeric, pepper, honey, orange juice. It's just a really nice way to get it up in the morning. I'm gonna start making this when I go back to LA because this has been helping me get up. So having this before coffee, anything. So like you get up, read a little bit, journal, hit some of this bad boy up while making breakfast, it makes a big change. But yes, so right now I'm gonna make some avocado toast. Got the avocado, los huevos, y el queso, güey. What's that? Yeah, I think it's cheese. I don't know what type of cheese, but it's the one they put on that stuff. Bathe the bread just a little bit, just scratch the back of the bread with a little butter. Make the eggs, throw them on there, put the cheese, put the avocado on top, put a little bit of honey and wear out this bitch. Yeah, super excited. So first breakfast, we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to be the bear right here, man. So I'm trying to make it nice. I'm trying to take my time with food because I've noticed that I rush everything and I hate it. I hate it because it feels like I have anxiety in times when I shouldn't feel that. So trying to develop this cooking thing because it forces you to slow down. I can't force this pan to get hot. It has to get hot gradually. All right. So yeah, and I can't rush the eggs for them to come out nicely. So I think this is going to teach me patience. That's what I'm excited for. But anyways, breakfast first. Then I'm going to wake this little guy's ass up. Make him breakfast really fast. I should probably make breakfast for both of us right now. But it would be nice to just enjoy breakfast by myself. Then I'm going to head out and I'm going to hit the girl up to see if she has the bag, if it's available. Oh, look, if it's available. So let me show you guys what it looks like. It's Marge Sherwood bag. Don't know what that means. But it's this thing. It's like a nice little soft Boston bag. I don't know if you guys can see it or if it focus or not. It doesn't matter. It's like a nice little soft Boston bag. You can carry all your stuff in there. That's really all I want it for. right? It's way more practical. Throw the journal, headphones, wallet, like, all the stuff, you know, and then just have it with me. I'm more of a backpack guy too, but sometimes, you know, especially in the heat, you wear a backpack and you're out, your back starts sweating. You take off the backpack, it looks like you have a fucking block of sweat on your back. It is just sometimes it's uncomfortable. So that's why I'm starting to turn into like a tote / bag guy. I can have a backpack in winter, right? But like maybe like right now in summer when it's hot, something like this would be extremely helpful. But anyways, I'm gonna try to get that afterwards, and then I'm gonna go see my niece. Then I'm gonna come back, catch the game, get everything else ready, load the car, and bounce. Change of plans, mate. Just talked to my brother. It's actually a better idea if I roll through his crib before I go on my way to LA. But yeah, so that's the change of plan. So it's actually better. It gives me more time to prepare, get my shit together, cook, let him sleep slightly more because I need him rested today, and just get myself situated. Potentially go see that bag. She hasn't hit me up. I'm kind of getting sad a little bit because I hope it's available. Because honestly, at that price point, I think it was like $200. I'm not gonna find something of that material. I'm not gonna find something of that, let's call it quality. I don't know too much about stuff. I just did some light research on TikTok and Instagram last night. But great reviews, nice and spacious. Guys wear them, girls wear them, so kind of unisex or universal, right, kind of thing. And it looks spacious, and I think that's what I'm looking for. So something that like I like that rugged leather couch, you can see the lines, you can tell it's been used type of thing. So that seems to fit it. So I don't mind dropping a couple bills, right, and hope and for something like that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys posted. My pants still not hot. My patience is wearing thin, but I gotta be Carmi right now. Carmi is the lead guy from the lead person in the bed. So I'll hit you guys up with an update. So we got the bread nice and toasty, slightly buttered. Now we have the eggs low heat cooking. Got some avocado ready to rumble. A little bit of meat. Well, turkey. And then the cheese, baby. All right, so what comes first? I would think the avocado comes first. So let's pop it in there. Now, I saw this trick where if you get a fork and you start kind of smacking it, and actually kind of, I think Rosie does this. I think that's where I got it from. Sounds great. Looks awesome. Then you get to throw a little turkey on it. Then we're gonna put the cheese on top, because why the hell not? And then we're gonna finish it off, mate, with the egg on top. Oh, no. Voila! You got some breakfast in. I'm excited. I'm a little mad because I got him ready, got up, agreed with the girl that I was gonna go pick up the bag at a specific time, and then when I messaged her saying, hey, all right, do you want Zelle or cash? She said, hey, okay, sorry, yeah, I forgot to tell you, I already sold it. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, I don't care if you sell it, just be honest with me. Don't keep me on the hook, right? And I get it on how it must be on the other side where you're like, well, I don't know who's serious and who's not. I did ask to hold it overnight. I mean, obviously we were messaging at midnight. I'm like, I'm not gonna go pick it up right now. So, hey, first thing in the morning, I'll go get it, right? And she said, sure, of course, I'll hold it for you. And then just to find out that I'm already in the car with this guy in, message her saying, hey, what's the address? Where do I go get it, right? Or where are you located? Do you take Zelle? Do you want cash? And then she tells me she had already sold it. That pisses me off. Like, I gave her immediately a 1-star review on Facebook Marketplace because I'm like, dude, that's terrible. Like, How do you not know I planned my morning to go get this? I was excited all night, and then just to wake up and you had already handed it off somewhere. So, anyways, we're still gonna go to Whole Foods, I guess. I'm gonna try to make this trip worth it. We're gonna go to Whole Foods, get snacks for the road, and then we'll be back, pack our stuff, watch the game, head to my brother's house, and then from there we're back to LA, baby. What's up? Took off from Dallas last night. Just killed a breakfast burrito from Buc-ee's. We actually got here around 5 in the morning, and then I slept till 8. I woke up my little baby boy, went inside, grabbed some breakfast stuff, some drinks to start the day off right, and we're gonna keep pushing. I'm not gonna honestly like shoot a whole bunch of like video while we're traveling. We're just traveling. I think if a thought happens while I'm traveling, I'll stop and record. That's it. The thought that's happened right now is I feel like driving for, as long as I do, when going between LA and Dallas, you think a lot. So I've been having a lot of time to reflect and like just think and meditate, obviously. And the thought of thinking or caring about what people or how people perceive me when it comes to trying something kind of like bothered me, because it was like a hard truth I had to kind of come to peace with. Like I like making content. I like video and audio and making music and all this stuff. And I come from a very peculiar family where, not my direct family, like not my immediate family, but branch out one level out. Where like if they see you trying, they almost want to clown you for it. And I feel like that was hard to come to terms with, because I had to just like not give a fuck. This is not like me, I'm trying to be this and I'm trying to be, like, this is just me. This is just who I am, and it's just what I do. Right? I like to create things, whether it's software or, product to design, to music, to engineering, like mechanical and electrical engineering, to all this. I like to create. I build things. I'm a builder. I'm a creator. And YouTube and social media is no different. So I feel like I've been carrying that with me for a while. Like maybe it's like subconsciously, where like, oh, what are people gonna think if they see you trying? I don't give a fuck. Because that was a bitter pill for me to swallow last night when I was thinking this through and when I went to sleep. But like I do care. I guess I did care. Like it was always on the back of my mind, and done. I think once I became aware of it, it sounded silly, so I just let it go. And I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of epiphanies like that in the coming 12 hours. Because I'm forcing myself to think through everything. What bothers me, why it bothers me, why certain feelings come out when I think of something, so that I can just deal with them and get over it and keep going. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I feel like that right now for me is things like, what are people gonna see? Like, how are people gonna perceive you because you're posting, like on YouTube, or you want to post more music on Instagram or more photos on Instagram or whatever. And man, the hell with all these people. Who cares about what they think, right? Do it for you. If it makes you happy, do it. Unless it's like going to murder someone, right? Like, obviously, so long as it makes sense. But like, whatever you want to do and whatever makes you happy, do it, regardless of what people think. That shouldn't matter. That shouldn't even be a factor in you deciding to do something that makes you happy. But anyways, just a quick thought. If anyone's kind of going through it or thought about it or maybe hasn't thought about it, that needs to think about it. Just be yourself and don't worry about what people think.
We are in Las Vegas. Crazy detour. But I'll tell you why. Not even like the cool Vegas. We're like in the Timu Vegas. And it was because one of my worst fears came to life, which is, hold on, baby. I charged up all the way to 100% in Tucumcari, New Mexico, or something like that. I don't know what it's called. I'm butchering it. If I'm not, I'm surprised. And I take off from the charging station. I don't know, 10 or so minutes passed, and then my stuff reroutes, and it says, hey, it takes me to another charging station that says you will be there with -9%. And immediately I pull over, I freak out, right? Luckily I was by a gas station. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I kept trying to reroute, it wouldn't. So it ends up happening that the Santa Rosa, or the one where I was supposed to go now it's like disabled, or it's just not working. So now it took me to a further one, which I did not have the energy to get to. So I went back, charged, and then I had to take a crazy detour, and now I'm in Las Vegas, New Mexico, all of them. So that's the only reason why I hate traveling with Tesla. It's comfortable, it's convenient, it's practical, right? Even the stops is fine because you can just kind of rest, get out, like we just did, like we're doing right now. We're eating sandwiches, getting drinks, going to the restroom, etc. Thank you, sir. Say something.
We went great.
Yes. But when shit like this happens, there's not a ton of alternatives. There's maybe one or two alternatives. So it took me through Back Alley Road, which was beautiful. So this is me, kind of like finding the silver lining. It was beautiful, but it was scary. I didn't have cell service the entire time. We were in the back, out of nowhere, back streets and like back highway for like 2 hours. But yeah, like again, had they caught me further, what if I didn't have the energy to come back? Stuff like that. So stuff like that freaks me out. Yeah, but anyways, we made it. We're good. We found an alternative. Time to get pushing. Update. Somewhere in Arizona. Not really sure where. But I'm watching the game. Argentina contra Suiza. Obvio, tarjeta roja, pero sí se dejó caer. So, I'm not going to fight that one. Pero obvio, ventaja Argentina. But we are in the middle of nowhere, to be honest. Like, there's nothing but road and desert, which is pretty dope. But yeah, like I said, I'm watching the game. We just ate Burger King. I haven't had Burger King in, I must have been a decade. Super windy. Pretty sure it's about to start raining. Just a quick up, like I think we're like 10 hours from home, or 8 hours, something like that. I don't know. But I'm starting to get a little tired, so I think we might park it here for a bit. There's enough people flowing around where it feels like comfortable and safe. Plus the weather's nice. Just pop the windows down for a bit because it's windy and it's like getting cool. Sure beats the hell out of driving in 100-degree weather all day. It was 120 at one point in the desert. But now it's starting to cool up a little bit. Feels good. We just ate. We're plumpy. We're going to make the bed. And then we're just going to keep pushing. But yeah, that's the update. So hopefully we get soon. We get some good rest. We're going to make the bed. We brought a bunch of pillows and sheets. Finished watching this damn game that's going to give me anxiety. And then there's also the McGregor fight I'm going to watch. So pre-fights all the way up to the main event. That's tonight. So wherever I'm at, I'm going to closest park or charging station. I'm going to just park, charge, and watch it. Yeah, that's the plan tonight. Hopefully the next time you guys see me, I'm in my house. Safe and sound with an accomplished trip. Anyways, bye. So, as you can see, now I'm back home, finally. It seems like an eternity. I actually been home for a couple of days. I've just been so busy. I haven't had time to film anything or do anything. I've been catching up on sleep. I've been catching up on work. I've been catching up on a few things that I just had left to do here at home before I left. Came back, had to finish them. Okay, now I'm back. Back to the groove of things. It is halftime right now for the game that's on, which is the Argentina versus England game. First half already passed. I think England's the strongest team. I do think Argentina's playing extremely aggressive in a bad way, not aggressive as in like English play body to body, but it's like clean versus Argentina is playing body to body but dirty. Right now, it seems like the whole world's against Argentina, and I'm one of them, to be honest. I just don't like. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that at the moment. I'll get into that on the next video, but. Watching the game, we'll see what happens. I really hope Argentina loses. England moves forward. Spain versus England final would be insane. Now, back to the road trip stuff because I need to just wrap up that video entirely. I think this is too long. I encourage everyone to take a trip by themselves, especially or specifically a road trip, because I feel like I did a lot of thinking, a ton of thinking that either I was suppressing or repressing or whatever the right term or the word for that is. But I guess I didn't think about or wanted to talk about out loud, or maybe like it was a thought of some form but had never been verbalized, because there was a few things that I feel like I walked away from after that trip that just gave me a lot of clarity in terms of how my life is shaped right now. For example, may have talked about it earlier, right? But the fear of how people may look at me when they see me trying, if they see me trying, or they consider me trying, which to me is just me being me, right? I like doing shit like this. So imagine you just like doing something and someone's like, oh, look at him trying. Usually it's the people that I feel like wish they could do something, whether it's that or something else, but won't or can't. So they have to lash out. It's about that, right? Because I'm like, man, I haven't created anything in a long time, whether it's music, videos, or anything. And I finally said, fuck it. I feel like when I thought about it out loud, I'm like, man, that sounds silly. So I said, fuck it. I let everything go. And I just started creating, and I just started my YouTube channel, or kept going on my YouTube channel after like 9 years of it not being active. And I just want to keep doing stuff like that. Whether it means something to someone or not, it doesn't matter. It means something to me. Now, I also started thinking about, why do some days I feel motivated? Why do some days I do not? Like, how do I make my life better on a daily basis? How do I not depend on motivation, because that comes and goes, but develop something to look forward to and create some kind of consistency in my life that I'm like, oh, heck yeah, I'm genuinely happy about this and I'm excited to do that, right? That's not motivation for me. Motivation is like you just feeling amped for no reason. Oh yeah, I'm going to go do this, versus I'm excited about that. Let's go. Which technically, I guess could be motivation. I don't know, right? It depends how you see it. I see it internally. I see it differently, because the hack I thought about, right, for me was looking forward to something almost sparks motivation. Maybe that's a better way to frame it, because how I see it is that this might sound stupid to some people, right? But like, man, like if I think like, man, I'm going to go to Ike's sub shop after work, and I have that in my head for some reason, I carry that with me all day, and I'm happy because I'm like, I know I'm gonna have a sub later. It's actually kind of cool, and I start thinking about that, and I start thinking about food and how happy that makes me, and right, and then I can apply that to anything. So it's like, for example, I have vacations next week, so it gets me through the week. It like always having a little Twinkie out, right, and finding the blessings in your life and the good things in your life. It forces you to see the good stuff. 2, you can lean on that good stuff to carry you through the bad times, right? Because good times and bad times come and you can't choose when. Sometimes shit happens, life happens, and you have to lean on something good, right? So I think of my son, my wife, my other son, my doggies, my home, my job, and my parents, and I think about my brother and sister, and I think about, that my video games and music and the fact that I have all this stuff, and that carries me through the bad times. So I'm starting to find ways to not let the bad, right, like the lows, get too much of me. I've also been journaling quite a bit, like, like trying to stay positive in terms of like finding the silver lining or finding the beauty in everything. So I write down all the stuff, like all the bad stuff that happened, and then the beauty of maybe something underlying in that negative thing or bad thing that happened, and how it could potentially be considered a good thing. I feel like I'm trying to rewire my brain to think of everything, regardless of it being positive or negative, to find the beauty in it, right? Sometimes beauty is not positive, but beauty. And I feel like that's been helping me quite a bit. Also, sitting down for 36 hours, driving and stopping and sleeping and eating, and like it just forces you to kind of come to peace with a lot of shit, right? Like at some point you run, I'm not saying you run out of music and podcasts to listen to, but you kind of do. Like you just don't want to listen to a podcast anymore, or you don't want to listen to music anymore. So you're just forced to drive in silence, and you have nothing to do but think. When you do that, you naturally, negative shit starts passing through your head, and it forces you to deal with it because there's nothing else you can do. You're just driving and thinking. And I feel like that was really good for me. Like I came to peace with a lot of things that going on in my life. I actually became very grateful for a lot of things that happened in my life. The very fact that I was taking a trip and how flexible everything was around me. And even though I had to deal with negative shit, it was a blessing to deal with the negative shit because I was allowed to. I could, right? I've been thinking this whole, in this mantra of life happens for me, not to me kind of thing. And everything that happened, right, I challenged myself to not react negatively or instantly or aggressively or blah, like I usually do. And instead try to think like, all right, let me wait 10 seconds. Then I'll react. Let's see how I feel then. Right. So I've been doing that little number. And again, it's been helping me, right? Sometimes reactions need to be immediate, but training myself to not be immediately negative is a different approach. And that's what I've been trying to do. Needless to say, like I said, and I'll say it again. Everyone, if you had a chance, just drive. Right, whether you just yourself or your spouse or with your spouse or significant other or anything, go, and I challenge you to like not listen to anything for a couple of hours and see what comes up. Because again, it's when you're busy in a day to day. Well, I have to change a diaper, do work, go play soccer, take a run, hang out with my wife, take out the trash, clean, do this, right? And you don't get time to just sit there and do nothing and just sit with your thoughts for a while. And driving for 36 hours, at some point you have to deal with that. It's this inevitable truth that's just sitting there with you on the passenger side, waiting for you to acknowledge it. And I did. So I feel like as hard as it was to do that alone, right? Again, but I love road trips, so hard is in quotation marks. It was extremely good for me. And now that I'm back, I'm ready to keep going on this YouTube thing, and not be so hard on myself. I also dealt with the perfectionism thing, where everything has to be perfect before I post it. The video has to have a narrative, and do I have a script? And fuck all that. Sincerely, fuck all that. I'm just posting on here, man. Like I said, the goal is for my sons to go later in the future and go like, oh, that's how dad was. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at dad here. Look at that there. Look at how you talked about this. This is how you dealt with that. Right? This is my journal and my diary for them. So if you're watching, right, in the future, be easy on yourself. I've also been reminding myself to be present a lot. Tomorrow's not promised, right? If someone said, like, hey, I'll do that next week, I'll do that next month. Well, who promised you that? My dad always tells me that. Who promised you next week? Who promised you next month? Tell me, because I want to talk to him. Next month, tomorrow is not promised. And I've found so much beauty in all the cliche sayings. Live like it's your last day. If you were to die today, how would you live? there's no tomorrow, live now, dude, there's so much truth in that, but I feel like it's been shitted on by all the oversaturated and weird messaging around it. But there's so much truth in that, because that's how I've been trying to live. That if I knew at midnight tonight I had to pack my bags and get out of Earth, right? Leave Earth and die, essentially. How would I want the people around me to remember me by? How would I have wanted my day to look? What would I have wanted to accomplish? All that stuff comes into mind now. So when you start thinking like that, at least for me, the goofing off stops. The perfectionism stops. The what's it called? Like when procrastination stops. All that shit stops immediately, because you're like, okay, well, imagine I had to write a letter because I know I'm dying today to my son, and I never gave it to him because it was imperfect. I'd rather him have something of me than nothing. And that's how I'm treating life. There's times to just do your due diligence and just, deep down and get to work, but there's a threshold you pass. And once that is passed and that has been met, you just have to go. Figure it out as you go. So that's what that was my lesson in this Dallas trip. All those lessons, right, kind of packaged together, and that's what I remember the trip by. Also, of course, I got to spend time with my son. It was just me and him for 2.5 weeks, and it was amazing. I wouldn't trade that for the world, and it's an experience I'm going to carry with me for a lifetime. My 5-year-old and I just traveling, getting on a car and going to Dallas and coming back by ourselves and eating and watching TV and movies and hanging out and sleeping and making the back of bed, getting there, hanging out with family, going everywhere we wanted to, be playing video games, watching movies again, coming back. It's just, you talk for hours on end, and we were talking about like aliens and monsters and video games and movies and shit we want to do when we grow up. And it was just beautiful. I wouldn't trade that for the world. And I know I didn't do it justice in this video by capturing every single scene. I'm still trying to get used to what it means to be a YouTuber and make content and videos and how to structure them and being a cinematographer, right? And storyteller and all this stuff. But I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just posting content. I'm just recording. I'm just hitting record and seeing what happens. There are no scripts. There will never be scripts. I just want to talk to interesting people. I want to reflect on my life. I want lessons to be learned, shit to be documented, things to be remembered. And one day I know I'm going to be looking at this with my sons, and we're just going to have a great time. So that's the main goal, and that's what I want to do. And I want every video that they see to learn something from me. But yes, till then, right? I'll see you guys on video 3.